Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 9 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. Let's take a look at one of our 4 agreements. Create the perfect relationship between you and your body. Treat your body with all your love, honor, gratitude, and respect. When you make it your goal to adore your body and accept yourself completely, you are learning to have the perfect relationship with anyone else you are with. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow down 30, NASDAQ up 10, S&P's flat. Gold contract up $1 at $1,290 an ounce. Silver up 4 cents at $20.20 an ounce. Platinum up $18 at $1,406 an ounce. Copper up 4 pennies at $3.25 a pound. Light sweet crude flat at $100.24 a barrel. Bonds, the 10-year was down 10 ticks at 125.08. 30-year down 19 ticks at 132.08. And the dollar index up 56, trading out at 80.76. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? Okay. This is right across the board, baby. This is pretty amazing, actually. So, we get to 1826. You close at 1819. We do 628 million. Bottom line, folks, this is the, yesterday had that large expansion. That 4-day rally in the S&P was the largest 4-day rally in 13 months. In the S&P, that is. You're going to see the S&P now make its charge down to the 1737. That was the swing low of the 5th of February. We did do a 0.786 retracement, and when you do over a 0.618 retracement, it negates an ABC structure on the way down. However, it doesn't negate, this is on the S&P, it doesn't negate that you get into that low. And more than likely what you'll end up doing is doing a small ABC structure on the way down inside a larger one, and then what ends up happening is that it blows away that low of 1737. That's on your S&P. Now, Dow's different because the Dow, bottom line, only basically didn't, well, let's see exactly what type of retracement the Dow did. So Dow Industrials were at 15,900. In the day, Dow did just over a 50% retracement. So the Dow flat out can still be an ABC structure on the way down. Got over all the indices today, got over the high of yesterday, closed underneath them, and all had lighter volume. NASDAQ Composite had a volume of 2 billion versus 1.993. The Composite closed at 4201. The high of yesterday was 4198. The high that it's going into is the 4197. It's over at no juice whatsoever, though. SPY. So if we go over to the SPY, we'll take a look at these correlations here. And if you take a look at the SPY first, this is what it is. SPY closed at 182.07. The high of yesterday was 182.43. What it's going into, folks, is 208 million. Now, I'd like to see the SPY get under the 181.66. That level there is where we went south on the 24th of January. The high is 181.66 that day. Once you get underneath that, that's like all she wrote. You had the contraction of volume. We did 92 million versus the 208. That's also saying that, bottom line, SPY wants to get down to 173. You take a look at the 3 Qs and the correlation inside the 3 Qs. This is what you have. 3 Qs did 38 million shares. Your high that it was going into was 89. It got to 89.16. Couldn't hold the price. It's going to have a hard time up here. Gold contract. We go take a look at gold, what we had out here with gold. Gold contract today did 104,000 contracts. She's still at the high. Gold's going to take a breather here, folks. Bottom line, she's running into this October 1st level. I suspect she wants to back down a bit. 104,000 contracts, just not enough contracts to get to higher price at this particular point. But she's had a great run. You can expect some kind of a pullback here. Bonds. We do the 10-year bond first is what you have. 10-year bond is trading at 125.08. We did 985,000 contracts today. That is going against 1.9. Now, what I expect you're going to see at the bond is this. She closed at the lower end of her range. So a natural retracement on the bond for higher price gets down to approximately 124.23, which in this case would be, let's see, that's 15 more ticks. Yeah, 15 to 16 ticks. That will be the bond market right now, the 10-year and the 30-year, is setting up a B to a C of an ABC structure on the way up. We're pulling back with lighter volume. We go over and we take a look at the 30-year bond. What the 30-year bond did here today is 227,000 contracts. We pull back 19 ticks. That is going into 474,000 contracts. And the low, where it wants to run into, it's going to get interesting. Yeah, see, this 30-year can pull back more. This 30-year looks like it's going to go into 130.30. Now, in that context, how that's set up, that's almost saying that guess what? We're going into Thursday, Friday, that realistically Thursday, Friday, you could have a sideways movement. You'll be down slightly, but you won't really fall apart until next week after the holiday. The reason I'm saying that is that those bonds, when those bonds just get a little more to retrace before they want to go topside. Because when this market starts going downtown, bonds are going to go uptown. King Dollar. We go take a look at King Dollar. Well, we have a King Dollar. She did 18,000 contracts. Sideways move. She's going to need more contracts to get into higher price. She's been in a consolidation. The bottom of that consolidation has been the 80.22. The top of it is 81.25. 877-927-6648. Whole Foods, folks. Whole Foods just come out with numbers. Whole Foods closed at $55.46. Trading at $52.75. Whole Paychecks is not getting evidently as many paychecks as they want. Now this is after one gap away. We bring this back. Let me just see what this is looking like. So we put this on a 3-year. Oh, this is okay. So we put this on a 3-year. This was already an ABC down. This was already an ABC down. It already broke a B point with volume. It's going to break another B point with volume. You have a high volume low that's hanging out there at $39. This baby's going to $39. Let's go to Anthony in Orlando. Hey, Anthony, what's going on?
Hey, Tom. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. You having a good day out there?
I'm having a good day.
Cool, man. What are we going to look at?
Thank you. Yes, I want to take a look at Chevron. And I wonder, I feel like hearing your program yesterday, it appeared that it was going to go a little bit farther down. What should I check here for as an entry point?
An entry point for Chevron. Okay, cool. Let's take a look at it. You get Chevron, CVX. Chevron, the low for this year is 109. The high is 127. They pay a 3.5% dividend. This is off its highs of actually when the leg went down, the S&P just went from 125 to 110. We'll put this back on a 4-year weekly. Just take your time here, man. You get plenty of time, Anthony. This baby's going to make its way down to the first point. It's got a high volume low at 97, man. You just keep your hands in your pockets. This is, yeah, it's absurd. Just keep your hands in your pockets, man.
I hear you. Then I have a question about, you have spoken over the years about gaps.
Yes.
Let me give you this example. If you look at Sirius XM radio, you see that they, at the beginning of the year, they created a small gap and with volume, and they feel it. But then it broke it and went all the way down, regardless of the volume. Then, if I compare that to, for example, another gap like Caterpillar, it did a gap at the beginning of December with no volume, but it filled up the gap and bounced, and it kept going up. If there is a way to know the high probability of when a gap gets filled, that it's going to bounce or break it, is this a way of doing that?
You just stay with us right there. We'll talk about gaps as soon as we get back. We'll be talking about Caterpillar, Sirius XM satellite radio. 877-927-6648. We had the Dow Industrials finished down 30. NASDAQ was up 10. S&Ps were flat. Gold, $12.90. Platinum, $14.08. We're going to be right back, folks.